What's good, guys? Welcome back, dog. Y'all know what it is. Smash this week, man. One of the most exciting weeks in sports, man. Now, to my homeboys, homegirls that don't play golf, y'all might be like, it's not that exciting. But once you get locked into the sport, dog, the Masters week is a fun week, bro. So we about to lock in. Like I say every episode, like, subscribe, and dog, do not text me y'all thoughts on the video. Say it in the comments, and then you text me, bro. I think we're starting to figure it out, man. We gotta get this algorithm going, you know what I'm saying? But welcome back, man. We're gonna be talking about some fun things today. We're gonna be talking about topping into short about the Valero and Brian Harman's win. We're gonna be talking about the LIV players that are participating in the Masters, man. Not trying to make that a huge spectacle like it has been in the past, but I think it's still something to talk about because we're about to finally see these guys play with the PGA players of the tour. I'm curious if you guys are watching a lot of LIV golf that's now broadcasted on national television on FS1, but which I would doubt it because them playing in Singapore and Australia, the time difference is kind of hard for us to watch. But we're finally about to see these guys play. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some of the surprise players that are not playing in the Masters, as well as our predictions on who is going to win the Masters. And also, I'm going to have a special guest come and lock in with the kid. You guys see what it is. Let's get into it, man. First off, dog, Brian Harman wins the Valero, which is very surprising because he hasn't seemed, for me, relative in golf since his 2023 Open win. And that was a huge win for him. I mean, he was still going to have a bid in the Masters regardless because he won the Open 2023. But it was a surprise to me because it's like, man, I haven't really heard your name in a hot minute, man. But it's crazy because he won that tournament with ease, dog. Went with ease. Like, he finished 3 over par, and I believe still won by 3 strokes, man. So it wasn't really close. So congratulations to that homie Brian Harman. Maybe he can get something kicked off. That was a perfect time to win right before the Masters. So be very curious to see how he lifts his playing for the rest of the season, but specifically this week going into the Masters. But I wouldn't say, for me at least, he's like a guy to look out for. But it was a good win for him to get back in the winner's circle, not winning in about a year and a couple months or something like that. We got to talk about some of the surprise players who are not playing in the Masters, man. First off, starting off with Taylor Gooch, and some of you guys might be like, Taylor Gooch, but yeah, Taylor Gooch, dog. I wouldn't say, again, this is fully surprised, but ever since 2023 and leaving the PGA Tour, things have not been going in his favor in regards to golf. His rating has been super low. I believe he's like outside of the top 1,000. And he made a few comments last year, I think, in regards to the Masters. They didn't go over too well with like the golf community, but he is a guy who's not playing it. And also, unfortunately, Ricky Fowler, which I think people are still Ricky Fowler's fans, man. Great dude. We love his bizarre outfits, what he wears on the weekend of tournaments. But he really had to win the Valero to get a bid into the Masters. And unfortunately, like I said, unfortunately for him, but good for Brian Harman, Ricky Fowler did not win that. I think he finished with a T30, so unfortunately he won't be in it. As well as this one does suck, following his story as a golf fan, and then if you watch Full Swing, Gary Woodland, man, especially after the amazing finish he had the Houston Open, finishing with a T2, he needed to win this as well because his exemption after the win the 2019 U.S. Open has now expired. But unfortunately, he didn't come out with a win, man. But I think we're still going to be fans of Gary Woodland regardless, man. But it would have been awesome to see that story still continue to be written, which is not to say that it's over because he's not playing in the Masters. Still plenty of golf left, but unfortunately, he's not in it either. We go to Jake Knapp, and this one hurts for me. I'm becoming a huge Jake Knapp fan. I get infatuated with certain swings, and Jake Knapp probably has one of the better swings on tour. Smooth, powerful, the combination of swings that you probably would want as a player. It sucks because he had the Cognate in his hand, shot a record score of 59, but that day 4, that triple bogey, I believe on hole 11, really, really hurt him, and he ended up finishing with T6. And ever since then, he hasn't been a threat to win thus far because of the difficulties of the field. Not because of his talent, but you know, in that continent, there weren't really any big names playing. And now you got to the Valero, where you have like a Maverick McNeely, Brian Harman in this case, Ludwig Oberg, like those guys are going to be hard to beat. And unfortunately, that slip up he had on that triple bogey hole at the Cognizant definitely ruined his chance of playing the Masters. So he's out as well. And lastly, Dean Burmeister, man, he was the second highest finisher on the LIV Tour in 2024. But unfortunately, he is not qualifying for the 2025 Masters. Unfortunately, man. So those are some surprise guys who will not be playing. If there's anybody I missed, please let me know. And obviously, I know Tiger's not playing. He ruptured his Achilles, but he's someone who's always going to be being able to play in it for a lifetime. I'm just talking about the guys who needed to qualify for it and make it, and unfortunately, they didn't.
Yo, if we want to get good at the game of golf, we know that it is super important that we practice, man. We got to make sure that we're practicing our short game. We got to make sure we're practicing our swing mechanics. And when we go out on the course, we got to make sure we're doing a good job with course management. Those things are super important. But even more important, man, we want to make sure that we are staying hydrated. And the way that I stay hydrated is with strokes gained, man. One of my favorite, if not favorite, hydration companies out there today. They have delicious flavors from watermelon, lemon, lime. So many good flavors, man. If I'm out here playing these hot Arizona summers, I gotta make sure I'm staying hydrated. So I always keep my stroke game next to me. And even in the cool 70-degree weathers and I'm walking the course, I still wanna make sure I'm staying hydrated with Strokes Gained. So if you're curious about Stroke Gains and you wanna try a hydration company, please look at the link in the description and go get you a bag of Strokes Gained.
And now it's a perfect transition. We talk about Dean Burmeister, who's in LIV Golf. Go into the LIV Golf players who are participating in the Masters, man. We got Bryson DeChambeau, whose best finish was T6 in 2024. Sergio Garcia, who won in 2017. Tyrell Hatton, best finish T9 in 2024. Also got Dustin Johnson, who won in 2020, which low-key is not that far removed, but Dustin has really not been, I don't want to say caring about golf, because I'm not him. I don't feel what he feels, but from the outside looking in, it's just like, I don't know if he's going to get another one. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. Prove me wrong, bro. Prove me wrong. Brooks Koepka T2 in 2019 and 2023. So close each time, bro. That hurts. Phil Mickelson, 3-time winner. Joaquin Niemann, who I am a huge fan of. Man, that was my prediction to win last year, or one of my predictions to win last year. He finished with a T16 in 2023. Got John Rahm, was the 2023 winner. Patrick Reed, winner in 2018. Charles Schwartzel, 2011 winner, excuse me. And then Cam Smith, which, what happened to him, man? Oh my gosh, man, he was so good. Just won the Open, and nothing has been the same when he went to LIV, man. He finished the best T2 in 2020. And then we got Bubba Watson, who obviously is a 2-time winner. But now, the question that I want to present to you guys, and also what I'm thinking about, man, is which LIV golfers have a chance to play well. And when I say play well, I'm talking about, let's say, maybe finishing top 15. Do we think that's fair, or top 10? But I'm gonna go with the top 15. So first off, I'm gonna talk about the guy I just mentioned that I had in my predictions to win last year. One of them is Joaquin Niemann. I really love his game, man. He's right now arguably the #1 golfer on LIV. Currently, he has 2 wins on LIV at Singapore and Adelaide, I believe that's how you pronounce it. So, and he's leading in points, and I think he's ahead by a good amount. And I'm sure in the tournaments he did not win, I'm sure it's probably like a top 5 or top 10 or something like that, man. So Joaquin Niemann, definitely one of those guys I think he can finish in the top 15 or even be a threat to win. But we'll get to actual predictions on who will win later. Bryson DeChambeau, obviously the face of LIV Golf. Now, he has 1 top 5 and 2 top 10s right now in LIV, but for some reason, every major, he's like, it's time to lock in. Him, his caddy, Jibo, I'm still trying to play you on Golf and Gospel. He just seems to like lock in even more. And that's not to say, that's not to say he doesn't care on LIV, but I think there's something obviously coming into playing in a major and being on LIV Golf that he just turns it on, man. Really close last year in the Masters, finishing T6. Obviously won the U.S. Open. And just become a fan favorite and really changed our perception of him for the most part. I know a lot of golfers really didn't like DeChambeau in his earlier times. And then obviously the beef that him and Koepka had at one point, people were really siding with Koepka. But he's really became a likable guy, doing really good in the YouTube golf space, as well as just, you know, for the most part, keeping LIV Golf alive. Not to say it's dead because I do enjoy watching it when it's in my time zone because there's still some good golfers on there. But I say that because if he were to leave, how much LIV golf is one really watching? But he's a guy I think can definitely finish in the top 15. Jon Rahm, who's ranked third in LIV golf, he's had that foot infection last year. Now I don't know if that really affected him last year going into the Masters. I know he had to withdraw from the U.S. Open because of that foot infection. But right now he's playing some really good golf as well. And I think a fully healthy Jon Rahm can definitely become a threat. And I know every time I play golf, and let's say I start my round off with a double, I'm like, hey, dog, I can still finish strong because Jon Rahm started off his Masters with a double and won. Granted, I haven't done that, but I always have hope because of what Jon Rahm did. And lastly, my shocker, but it might not seem like a shocker, but it is a shocker, Phil Mickelson, man. For some reason, he can be like sneaky good. You know, he's kind of a lax guy, already a Hall of Famer, and it's like, man, is he even taking golf as serious, or is he just playing because he's just good and it's just fun? But man, that T2 he had was surprising, bro. And I think if he feels like, no pun intended, if Phil feels like playing like his vintage self, he is for sure a guy who can finish in the top 15. But yeah, that's my thought on LIV golfers, man. Combine the two together, man. So we got LIV versus PGA players, man. I want to look back at the last 2 years at the top 5 players to finish in the Masters. And ballpark top 5, I'm not going to say strategically like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got some T6s in there that count as like a 5-ish area and whatnot, man. So we go to 2024. Obviously, Scottie Scheffler won. PGA, Ludwig Oberg was second. PGA, Max Homa, we'll get into that. Max, oh my gosh, third, bro. PGA, Colin Morikawa, who's been so good the past 3 years, just has not clutched up yet. Tommy Fleetwood, which hasn't got a win on PGA Tour, but man, what a time for Tommy Fleetwood, another likable guy. PGA, and then Bryson DeChambeau with a T6, and then Cam Smith with a T6. So right there, we see 5 out of those top positions are PGA guys versus LIV golfers. And then if we go to 2023, which I'm talking about where these people are currently. So 2023, we know Jon Rahm won. Technically, he was on the PGA Tour when he won, but now they're LIV golfer. So I'm gonna count that as a LIV golfer. So you got Jon Rahm who won first. Brooks Koepka was second, LIV. Phil Mickelson, T2, LIV golfer. Then you got Russell Henley, which, man, good for Russell Henley. Got him a win this year too, man, which is awesome. He was a T4. Patrick Reed, LIV golf, was T4. Jordan Spieth, man, familiar name. We know how young he was when he won, but it hasn't been the same since his wrist. He's on there. And then Victor Hovland, which I've been giving him a hard time, and then he proved me wrong. But we see on this one, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those 7 are LIV golfers versus PGA golfers. So I guess in the totality, that's 6 to, how many I just said right there? 1, 2, 3, and I said it. So 8 to 6. I think I did that math right. 8 to 6 PGA to LIV. So can PGA or LIV golfers win? Now, it's probably harder to predict LIV golfers, but depending on how much LIV golf you watch, how can we really analyze them? Now, my thoughts on the PGA Tour is like, man, no one has been, 2 things I just realized as I'm talking, is no one so far on the PGA has been like killing it. Like killing it. Now, yes, we can say, well, actually, Rory is, which technically he is. When I think killing it, I'm just in awe of the stuff that Scottie has done, which is an outlier, and I talked about that. I can't have an expectation that someone's going to play with that every year. That's such an outlier thing that guys like a Scottie, a Tiger will do in a season. But one thing I just realized, yes, I think Rory is the more dominant guy on the PGA Tour this year, but if y'all realize, in those last 2, in the 2024 Masters, 23 Masters, the guys I just list off, I didn't say Rory's name. And we have been giving Rory, some of us have been giving him a hard time about you cannot win a Masters. And we know that Rory needs a Master to complete his career Grand Slam. So, interesting that I mentioned his name. But when we talk about who's going to win between LIV and PGA, again, going back to what I was saying, yeah, Rory's probably been the more dominant golfer, but outside of that, it's like, it's been a mix of names. Like you never know who's going to win. Obviously got the dominance, Scottie, Rory, PGA, Ludwig, Oberg, Colin Morikawa. I'm gonna still say Xander. I'm gonna respect Xander. He hasn't shown it yet, coming off the rib injury, but I'm gonna still mention Xander. And then who else do I put in the top dog? I guess I can't disrespect Wyndham, per se. And then obviously we go to the live side. You know, Joaquin Neiman, John Rahm, Sergio Garcia, Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka. So that's the lineup right there. Who has the better chance of winning? And I think that's hard to analyze because depending on how much live golf you watch, it's hard to say. I think obviously the majority of us will say PGA because it's more broadcasted. If you're not watching FS1 or even up in the appropriate time zone, or if you're woke for the other time zone to be watching it to really analyze it. But I think right now I'm gonna give the edge to PGA Tour, and I'm gonna say probably like 68-32 PGA to live, man, because live golf, as we just went down the list, has been close every single time. And again, I guess I'm going to be fair in this specific thing that I'm saying because John Rahm did win as a PGA player, but he is a live golfer. And from what I said just not too long ago, but I'm gonna still give that slight edge to the PGA Tour. But the live golfers can for sure make a sneak attack and definitely win a Master. They've already won the PGA Championship. They've already won also a U.S. Open. Not sure if they won a Open yet. I don't think so. I mean, technically Cam was not there yet, but after that, I don't think a live golfer has won the Open. I could be wrong. Matter of fact, I got my laptop right here. Let's just look it up real fast. So the previous Open Championship winners, I think I was asking about cookies. Yeah, Brian Harman, which, so I was right. Brian Harman, Xander won last year, PGA. Cam was technically on the PGA at the time, and then Liv became a thing shortly after. So right now, yeah, a Liv golfer has not won the Open, but they do have two, again, with the PGA Championship with Brooks Koepka and then the U.S. Open with Bryson DeChambeau. So, can Liv golf, can they get a third one in winning the Masters, man? So, we'll see, man. But again, I'm giving a slight edge to the PGA with, again, 68, PGA 32. That math is correct, I believe. Yes, to live golfers, man. Hey, dog. One of the best weeks in golf, Masters Week. And to celebrate Masters Week, bro, I'm about to take on the iconic par 3 hole 12, which is part of the 8-man's corner stretch with holes 11, 12, and 13, the Golden Bell hole, and see how I can do, man. And with this hole, I'm going to be using the new Rapsodo Callaway golf ball, man. So hopefully my game's dialed in. Let's see how the kid do, bro. All right, guys, we know this hole is particularly short, but it's super tricky. About 156 out. And where's my boy T Wade? Little 9-iron, easy. Little 9-iron, easy. Hopefully it is easy though. We'll see. Go. Oh, sit down. Wow. Hey dog, we hit greens around here. Nah, I really don't though, but fun hole, man. Go see how you can do on hole 12, par 3 at Augusta, man, with Rapsodo. And also go check out the new Rapsodo Callaway golf ball. Chrome Tour, dog. I'm gonna lock in some more. Peace. I want to talk about some other news in the golf world, man. Max Homa, my favorite golfer, splits with his caddy, Joe Greer, man. Surprising, because I can't remember who did this last year, but like, it's just surprising making a drastic change such as a caddy a week before the Masters. And unfortunately, it's been a really tough season for Max Homa. He, obviously switched from Titleist to Cobra, swing change, caddy change. I don't know. Do you guys think that this caddy change is going to work for him? And honestly, me and my boy Torrance talked about this too. Shout out to the side, West Side. I don't think that them splitting up is going to be a big of a fallout as we think. They've been best friends since they were like kids. You know, I think it was probably I don't want to say a mutual one, but like I think the relationship won't be torn despite the breakup because they're really good friends. But we know that changing caddies is like a huge deal when it comes to golf, man. Especially how much Scottie credits Ted in his success as a player. But again, do you guys think Max Homa switching caddies a week before the Masters is going to help? Because I mean, last year, man, finishing again was it T3? I said, that was the last time we really saw good golf by Max Homa. We're hoping he can have a resurgence this week. At least me, because again, I'm a Max Homa fan. But I really want to know you guys' thought, man. But it's a very interesting decision to do that. Currently, Max Homa is ranked 78. But man, with all those changes, we haven't seen it formulate into good golf yet, man. So that was just really a huge plot twist for me when I saw him make that decision, again, like a week before the Masters. So going back to this, I talked about this last week, Rory's elbow. Now, there can be something wrong with his elbow, 100%, no question. Part of me, from the outside looking in, thinks that him mentioning it unwarranted is him premeditating an excuse if he does not win. That's just me. And again, it would be awesome to see him win. I mean, yeah, again, I'm not a fan of him as a person, but for the way he's been golfing, would not surprise me one bit. But I just think it was premeditated, bro. I really do. No one asked about it, man. And it takes a little bit of pressure off of him. But again, guys, I'm okay with humility. I can be wrong. You can disagree with me. I've already sent it to some friends. I sent it to 4 friends. 3 of them agreed with me. 1 disagreed. But it was just super unwarranted. I just, as a competitor, at least from a football standpoint, we never mention injuries unless, like, there was a video that like caught you grimacing, like, my knee, and then they asked you, like, hey, we saw you filling out your knee a little bit in the 4th quarter. Mind having to take on that, and then I would say, so and so, but I'm gonna get healthy, boom, boom. I wouldn't just be there and be like, yeah, I had a good game, but my back's been bothering me. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. And I don't see it, at least in my sport, football. You never see someone just blatantly mentioning a injury that they're dealing with without a sign that something is injured, or if someone asks him that question. So yeah, I think it's premeditated, but he still is a good shot to win because he's playing the best golf on the PGA Tour this year. Obviously with am I tripping? Oh, Pebble Beach. I was about to say Genesis. That was Ludwig with the Pebble, and then also the TPC Sawgrass win too. So Rory's on top of the world. Next thing I want to talk about, Scottie is winless this year. Very interesting. Obviously, everyone keeps mentioning the ravioli. And it's also funny, I guess on the Masters menu, he put ravioli. And I think there was a bit of jokester in that as he put that on the menu. But he hasn't won this year, has been close a few times, but also has not been close. And the times he hasn't been close, we've seen the temper tantrum, the angry moments, man. In the last tournament, at least I saw him playing, it seemed like his self-control was a little better, which was really good. Even when, why am I blanking? Who won the Houston? I just said it. Who won the Houston Open? Duh, Minwoo Lee got his first victory. I'm tripping. When Minwoo Lee won, Scottie laughed it off. Now, I know he wanted to win, but I appreciate him from the outside looking in, showing contentment in that moment. Not throwing nothing, not looking mad. He just laughed it off. Now, obviously, as a competitor, he's upset, which I get that, bro. But to not show that outwardly in the outbursts he's been having, I was proud to see that, bro. And Scottie, when you watch this video, man, and you like and subscribe, you probably already have. I just wanted to let you know I appreciate you doing that, bro. But yeah, he hasn't won yet. That's this year. But he can strike fire at the Masters, bro. As soon as he gets that putter hot, and I'm not saying that to allude to the days when his putter was just absolute trash. I'm just saying it's not on a heater like it can be, because he's still doing good in scrambles and strokes gained off the tee, approach shots, for sure. But once he gets that putter going, it's like watch out for him. So, but he's still winless, man. But to continue to add to his legacy, which he has already, I think this will be fun to see him capture one. This is not my prediction. This is just some news I'm just talking about in the golf world. It'd be cool to see him get a dub. But now let's go into some predictions, and I'm going to stream in my dog, who's been on Golf and Gospel, and he's been a huge supporter of Golf and Gospel. We did the episode at Bel Air Golf Park of the college athlete whose golf dream was ruined because a devastating car accident. My dog Nate Wong, man. So we about to talk to my dog Nate Wong. We about to have some predictions for the Masters. Me and him actually gonna be watching the Masters together on Sunday because me and Nate just be yammering about golf. So let's see what his take is, man. I'm very interested to see what he's gonna say and what his predictions are.
Oh, here we go. What's good, bro?
Wait, hang on. Can you hear me?
I hear you, dog.
Having some technical difficulties because it's going through the computer.
Oh, you trying to get up your mic?
Yeah, well, my brother's got all these he has podcasts like this, like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, does it sound different now?
No, you sound the same, but can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I mean, like coming through these headphones.
Oh yeah,
But
you're good, bro.
oh well, I'll just freaking not use the mic.
I think the mic was working though.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, it sounds good with the mic.
Is it like less?
Yeah, I like the mic better, bro. The audio's better.
Oh, okay. Well, my brother says to use the headphones because the mic picks up the computer.
I mean, we'll see. 'Cause it's my first time doing it, so we'll see if it comes out good. But I think it will, bro. But
all right, man, I'm game.
let's go, dog.
Dude,
Hey,
I don't know. I've never done predict because golf prediction is hard to do.
Tough.
You know what I'm saying?
Are really tough, man. But before we get into that, bro. So again, guys, my dog Nate Wong, man. Been a huge supporter of Golf and Gospel. Did an episode with him at Bel Air Park. Watch me, man. Amazing episode sharing the gospel in regards to, his golf dream coming to an end after a devastating car accident, man. So please go check that out. But Nate, dog, I want to talk about obviously our predictions for the Masters, and obviously me and you're gonna go watch it Sunday together. But I want to hit you with this question first, bro, and it's something I've been thinking about as well. Is what is the hardest par 3 on the tour? Is it TPC Sawgrass hole 17? Is it Augusta hole 12, part of Amon's Corner, the Golden Bell hole, or TPC Stadium hole 16?
Oh well, I don't think it's 16.
Well, see. Well, this is my reason for saying that because I kind of threw a wrench in there because one, obviously, the environment, 20,000 fans.
I was gonna say the atmosphere,
and you can never the wind, bro. You can never account it because the stadium is blocking it, and then when the ball goes up, you just can't tell how the wind's going. So I think I heard Putnam say that's like a huge factor because obviously if we're playing out, if the stadium's not if the stadium's not up, we can get grass and right to left. But in the stadium, it's like I can't tell, and then you hit the ball up, and it's like, dang, the ball just pushed left out of nowhere, but we would never know.
Dude, that's okay. That reminds me. So I remember I played I think it was Texas Tech's golf course where Ludwig went, and that course it was just lined by gigantic trees. And the same thing, you would pick up grass and toss it up and be like, well, I don't think there's anything. I don't feel anything. And you hit it up and the ball, and Texas is windy. So the ball will just go left or go right. And you're like you just have to look at the trees, maybe the flag, but so that's a good point on 16.
I'm just trying to throw the audience off, trying to throw you off because it's easy just to toss 16 out of there.
Well, I think 12 is harder because on 17 at Sawgrass, if you just hit it in the water, you can still save par. You're gonna get a bogey at the worst, but no one blows up. Who is it that got a hole that got a 10? Wasn't it Tiger that got a 10 on 12 one time?
I know that Spieth had a terrible one on 2016. He had a blow up on 16. I mean,
Yeah, see,
on 12 at Augusta.
yeah. So let's go with that. Just
Okay,
because no one's ever blown up
that's a good point.
on the other two holes by 12, like people will blow up. They hit it like left and long, and they'll chip it back, and then there's like you have to chip it back into the water. They have a
Yeah,
bad lie. So, and that green is so narrow. Like
super.
I think people just expect golfers to just hit it right on the green. Like, why can't you just hit the green? But
And it's only like 155 out, maybe.
yeah, but it's
Short par three.
so narrow, and that Sunday pin, like when dudes have a strong lead, they just hit it left. They're just like, I'm just gonna hit it left, try to get it
Yeah.
on the green,
Yeah.
lag it close, So yeah,
I went with that same thing on my own. I said Augusta because the green is small, water in the front, bunker in the back, and I can't remember if it was hole 12 or 13. That's what really separated Scottie last year when like him, Ludwig, and Max Homa were like and Colin were all right there. I think that's the hole that separated Scottie. It was somewhere on Amen's corner that separates
yeah,
Scottie. I could be wrong if it's specifically hole 12, but just the simplicity of it, how it looks, it's not. But yeah, I'm happy you said that. So I asked ChatGPT. I said, what's the hardest hole between these three? It had one Augusta. It said yards 155, why it's hard. The wind swirls unpredictably at Amen's corner. Tiny
oh,
green in water with water in front and bunks in the back. You miss short, you're wet. You miss long, you're dead. And the average score there is approximately 3.2 during the Masters. And then you look
that's
at TPC Sawgrass, the Island Green, yardage 137. Why is this hard? The visual intimidation of the Island Green, slight miss, you're reteeing, high winds make club selection really dicey, as we saw just this past one.
mhm.
And over 700 balls have gone in the water since 2003. And the average score there is actually 3.1, so only zero point 0.1 off Augusta. Then TPC Scottsdale, yardage 163. Why is it hard? The Coliseum pressure, 20,000 plus fans screaming. The green is bigger, less pinnable than the others, but it's more about handling the atmosphere more than avoiding the disasters. And the average score there is 2.9. But I think ChatGPT did not put in account to what I said about the stadium blocking the wind and stuff like that. But ChatGPT came down to say that purely in terms of difficult and scoring average, Augusta takes down the crown, the wind, the precision required, and the major stakes make it brutal. The psychological intimidation of TPC 17 is close. It's short, but the visuals of water make it nerve-wracking. Then obviously the most intense crowd is Scottsdale with 16. Scottsdale holds 16 with noise and chaos, but it's actually the easiest to score on, which we do know that. So I think
Yeah.
Augusta is definitely the right pick,
Wow,
man.
3.2. I thought it would have been worse. But people, I mean, dudes make birdie there.
They
It's
do. They do, man. They do. But now let's talk about let's talk about, man, who are your predictions to possibly win? And like you just said before, golf is hard to predict, bro. And now with this too, we also got to put in the addition 12 live golfers that are also playing in it too.
yes, that's yeah.
That's also a factor, man. So just kind of off your golf expertise, being a fan of golf, give me at least your top five. Let's discuss a top five. You think?
I mean, so there's always someone that's going to come out of nowhere and be
Mhm.
and contend.
Yeah.
But I would. It's hard to not pick Rory because I think Augusta favors big hitters.
Hmm.
I remember Phil Mickelson making that video. It's like you got to hit bombs. You got to hit bombs. When he was driving down Magnolia. So I would say Rory because he hits it far and straight. Um, he's got to be up there. I mean Scottie because this could be the comeback. But he's
Yeah.
kind of in a
Yeah.
slump. But watch when you badmouth someone. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna work if I badmouth someone. If I'm starting to doubt Scotty, maybe he just turns it on.
He could. He could. My only thing I want to hold you right there, man. I just spoke about this before I streamed you in. I'm sure you see the video about Rory talking about his elbow.
Oh yeah.
But to me, bro, I said I think he's premeditating something if he doesn't win because it was completely unwarranted. Like they didn't say like, "Hey, we saw you grab your elbow," or like, "Hey, like what's going on with your elbow?" He just said he just talking about how he's feeling. He was like, "Yeah, you know, this and this," and got a little bit of an elbow injury. It's like, why would you like? I don't know. And again, the audience can prove me wrong, say whatever they want. It's like I haven't heard a dog of an athlete just blatantly say they're dealing with that without like a video of seeing someone hold or like grimace at something. So I was like, Rory, why would
That's
you do that?
true. Like those, like I mean, I don't want to badmouth Rory because for all we know, he listens to this, and
Go,
he's
yeah,
gonna
for
come
sure.
down on us. And
You know,
Rory is,
yeah. No,
yeah,
go ahead.
he's one of my favorite golfers to watch because his
Uh-huh.
swing is beautiful. And you say whatever you want about his personality, but he, uh, yeah, like when I don't think Tiger has ever come out before a tournament and been like, I got the flu or whatever.
Now you
But
kind of just see him struggling, or because of his injury history, they will ask like, "So how's your back doing, or how's your knee?" But he never
yeah,
just says, "Blah blah." Yeah, my knee hurt.
yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah, if you're hedging bets, man, that's a good point. Like, what's your mindset going into this tournament? You
Yeah,
can't be you can't be hedging bets trying to win majors.
yeah, for sure.
But for all we know, it's a legitimate thing, and he's
No,
not
it could
hedging
be
bets.
for sure. It could
Yeah.
be. I don't knock that at all. It surely could be. But we got Rory with Scotty. What
I
about
think
give me three more? Who you think?
so. I think Bryson and Brooks are gonna be
Mm,
hot. I don't know.
yeah.
Like Brooks hits it far,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a dog, but like it's just yeah, I don't know. Actually, I might take back the Brooks pick because it's hard. It's hard. Like once he went to live, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like he wasn't contending except for when he won the was it the PGA 2 years ago?
Championship. But remember though, 2023, he did have a T2
He
to
did which
Rom.
one?
2023, he had a T2 to Rom. It was him. And who else had T2 with him? 1 second.
Was it the one that Phil Mickelson got second?
Yeah,
Or
they both tied T2 and John Rom won. And I think then
yeah.
Brooks tried to blame Cantlay's pace of play for his loss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. I don't want to throw because like who knows? He might show up, and if he shows
Good.
up, he's gonna be
Yeah.
contending. And I think he's won the Masters once. So
Who's this?
Brooks?
No, Brooks hasn't won a Master.
Oh shoot. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. I think he just got a bunch of PGA championships and
He's
stuff.
he's
But you could
well,
be fact
yeah.
checking me. Like, let's look into this. I don't
He's
think he
he
does.
he's done well there at least, at
He's
the very
done well.
least.
Yeah. I just said it. He finished with two T2s, I think 2019 and 2023, I believe.
Yeah, and I think that kind of favors like people who are a little bit more familiar with Augusta seem to do a little bit better on average. Obviously, there's like first time players that will
Mhm.
ball out there.
Yep.
But so I don't know. It's hard. Like I might take away the Brooks one. I might go with like I think Ludwig could come in hot.
Yeah,
I think he's the sleeper
for sure. For
because he
sure.
hits the ball really well, and he had a good showing last year,
Yep. He
and
did.
he might have more of a dog mentality compared to like Rory.
Yeah. And I say that it's not that Rory doesn't. I don't think he does this week, but throughout the season he does. But the Master just gets him, man. So
Yeah. No, he's a dog. Like he wins. But yeah, it's
yeah, for
just
sure he wins, no
it's
question.
just I was just making fun of the hedging his bets comment,
Yeah,
but yeah, I would say I think Ludwig is a sleeper.
yeah.
And then let's see. I think Rom is always a good pick.
Mhm, for sure.
So I think is that 5 for me.
I think that's
Oh,
5. I think you win 6, which is fine. I would love to hear if you have like because Ludwig is a name, but is there like a dark horse like, man, maybe they can show up like Russell Henley or like Thomas Gentry. I don't think Thomas Gentry, but I remember
yeah,
Russell Henley 2023, he finished with a T4. So
like Charles Schwartzel.
yeah,
Like someone like that. I
yeah.
don't know, or like a Brian Harman, even though he won today.
Which he hasn't won in 2 years. That was super rare.
Yeah.
And he won with ease too. I said he freaking shot 3 over today and won by 3 strokes.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't watch it. I was golfing today, but I saw it on my app.
Yeah.
Dark
Where'd you
horse.
golf today?
I played at Hillcrest.
Haven't played there.
It's actually a 70 rating, and I shot 70. But
Good for you.
yeah, I know I'll take it. But man, my putter wasn't working.
Yeah. That's how
Yeah.
mine was acting yesterday. I can't wait to, and obviously guys are gonna hear this. This episode will probably come out in like 3 weeks, man. My ball striking, this last episode I just did with my buddy Daniel Cases. Oh man,
Mhm.
my ball striking was A1. That was the most green regs I've gotten like in an episode, but my putter was not working at all.
Yeah, my putter was not working, but I mean, I birdied the par fives, so they're short, So I hit like driver 8-iron, 7-iron into some of those greens, and
Yeah.
got a birdie there. I gotta think. Dark horse.
Well,
Let's see.
let me as you're looking at, let me name mine too. So yeah, and I struggled trying to figure out who to predict because it's like again, yeah, Rory has been the dominant golfer on PGA Tour, but like it's been so random. It's like, dog, like who is it? I will say starting off with this, I I'm going to say Joaquin Neiman. He has majority of the wins
Oh
of his
shoot!
career.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
good player.
he's
That's a
a
good
good
pick.
player, man. But unfortunately, every time he plays in, he doesn't kind of show the threat that he could be. But I like Joaquin Neiman. I'm going to say this is the week Scottie shows up. And it's and obviously too his pedigree. He doesn't believe he's playing good golf, which yeah, he isn't. But I think if he could get his putter going, and I said this earlier, it isn't saying his putter is as detrimental as it was like back then when it was just terrible. But if he could just get it somewhat going, he can
Mhm.
definitely find himself, in a winner circle again. I like John Rahm. Um, he is the number 3 golfer on LIV right now, so I can see him actually pulling out one. So that's 3. Dark. I won't say everybody else is just like, I don't know. I guess watching tape and just being a fan of golf this year, I will say Rory. And it would be cool to see him get um his Grand Slam.
Yeah, career Grand
But
Slam.
yeah,
Yeah.
if he gets it. So I'll say Rory in my 5th. The chances are not high, but he's been finishing well, but he has not shown that he can close. I'm going to say Colin Morikawa.
Yeah. See, like Morikawa was a good pick, but yeah,
Can't
I
close.
felt bad for him. What was the tournament that he lost this year?
To
Uh,
Russell Henley.
it was. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember I was like, "Ah, I don't think he's gonna win it. Like right after he started, like when he got a double, was it, or he got a bogey and Russell Henley got a birdie? It was like a 2-stroke swing on
He
like hole
chipped in the
16.
birdie. He chipped in the. I think he chipped in the birdie because Colin went into the bunker on the right side of the fairway on 14, and then that messed him up. And you thought he still had a chance because Russell had a arid second shot, but then he chipped in, and
Yeah,
then
but
there
yeah,
was no coming back for Colin after that, unfortunately. But yeah, those are my 5. And then dark horse. Do you have one?
I'm looking through the field right now.
Okay.
Um, I mean,
It's scary to
I,
pick, bro.
it is scary. I think maybe Finau, like,
Woo! Yeah.
but like I say that because more so like how cool would it be to see Finau win it?
hmm Yeah.
Because how do you not like Finau? Uh,
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah, like a family guy. So how do you not like that guy? But um, or maybe like would Victor Hovland count as a dark horse?
Technically, yeah, I would say so because he's not having the greatest year, but he definitely listened to Golf and Gospel and proved me wrong and end up winning a tournament. So,
Yeah, that's right.
and he's been close. I think it was 2023. He had a T7. He played
Yeah,
well
well,
too.
I remember when Brooks won the PGA, he was
Yeah,
kind of contending. He
yeah,
was kind of
yeah,
chasing. So,
yeah.
um,
I'm gonna go. He, I doubt this guy even make the cut. But man, you talked about him a little bit. And we, I mean, and let me see if you can guess this. And I'm gonna talk about things we talked about. We said, man, year 3 is the year the guy is supposed to break out, and he just has.
Sahith?
Yes, bro. Yes, I would love for Sahith to like. I don't think he's gonna win. But I would love for him to have like what he did in the Phoenix Open 3 years ago. Like, man, he's putting his name on the map, and he's
Yeah.
not having that good of a year either. So one can only hope that I would say he's my dark horse to win it. And this is just off pure personality of me just liking the guy.
Dude, that's with me picking Victor and Finau. Like I like both those guys as people. I mean, Victor, I think he's funny and he likes metal music, so I kind of dig that.
Yeah.
So, but dude, I'm a fan of Sahith too. I think he's kind of got a little dog in him. Like
he can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he showed up at the Phoenix Open, he was just stone cold.
He was.
Like his first time when he was making a name for himself.
Yeah.
And he was a rookie. So
yeah.
And I think golf is, you get your slumps. Like Max Homa had a long slump for a while, and he just
Still in it.
figured it out, and was a top 5 player in the world.
Yeah,
almost.
He was.
I think
now he's 78, but
I think he was.
Right.
He was like 5 or 6 at one point.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully it's tough because it's like, dude, people can slump, and then like this one tournament they just flip a switch and they're on. And vice versa. So
yeah,
who knows?
Yeah,
but
yeah, I would say the one more person who just came to mind that I just kind of think that they can maybe pull it off, man. So it's a long shot. I'm going to. It's a long shot. I'm going to say Minwoo, not because he just won. But he's just getting hot at the right time. I say that because TPC Sawgrass was playing incredible until Saturday, and then fell off.
Yep.
Comes back, gets his first win at the Houston Open. So he's trajectorying the right way going into the Masters. I don't think he played in the Valero, which is good. You took a week off. You're probably working on your game, but you took a week off, and now you can get a fresh start going to the Masters, man. I do think maybe the moment is too big for Minwoo, but like I won't be surprised if he wins. And again, I'm not jumping on a bandwagon. It's just like I just see which way you going as the season's going on. Are you going this way? Are you going up? And he's going this way. So
yeah,
I mean, but I'm gonna say Minwoo.
It's one of those things too. Like because of the Masters, I think Minwoo he's maybe not the guy that's gonna lead day 1 or day 2, which is good for him because if he's chasing, you play a little differently. Whereas if he gets, if he starts off hot, he still will be kind of behind somebody, I think.
Yeah.
And I think, or like one of the LIV guys probably. And I think since his mindset would be, I got to chase, he'll attack pins, and if he cooks, if he hits those shots, that's not a bad pick,
Yeah.
Same with like guys like Morikawa. Like if Morikawa starts off hot but doesn't like come out with the lead, he's gonna start chasing too, and who knows? Like it could be a great pick.
It's funny, those two guys, like Colin and Minwoo, I don't want to see have the lead early because I don't see them holding it.
Yeah.
I said this in one of my previous videos. You can never win a tournament on day 1, but you can for sure lose it. And in their case, like, I want them to start good, but not too hard where they have the lead, but not so detrimental because I don't know. Well, at least for Minwoo, I'm not going to say that about Colin because Colin going to figure it out. But Minwoo kind of being fresh on the scene in regards to like being a winner, he has to have a decent start to make a push. I do want to mention this, and we haven't mentioned him, I think, for reasons that make sense. What are your thoughts on Xander?
Oh, shoot, dude. How do we not talk about Xander?
I mean, because the rib injury and, his he's been making cuts, but they haven't been like impressive.
Yeah, has he done anything this year? I don't think I've
He's probably played
seen.
about 3 or 4 tournaments this year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's made the cut in all of them, which is good, but he hasn't.
Yeah,
He's
I
not
just
really
haven't seen
flashed
him.
himself yet right now.
Yeah, so I haven't seen him much. So
Yeah,
I don't know. He is like I feel like that last year though. I think weren't the two majors the only two wins he had last year?
yeah, but then everything else was like top 5, something like
Yeah,
that. So
he got like second at Sawgrass or got
yeah,
yeah
yeah. So
top.
he was always close, but every week trying to beat at the time last year, trying to beat Scottie, and then majors DeChambeau.
Yeah,
It's tough. I mean, he did it obviously, but yeah, but like yeah, this year it's like yeah, no one's really talking about it yet because like I said, he's just simply making cuts, so he's making some money, which is good. That's the pro,
yeah,
but he's not showing number. He was on 3 golfer last year in the world because it was Scottie, then Rory, then Xander.
yeah. That's right.
Yeah. He hasn't necessarily shown it yet, but I just want to mention because I haven't forgot about you, bro. I know what you just came off last year, but
Yeah,
as a physical therapist, I'm sure trying to overcome like a rib injury in golf is definitely tough.
yeah. Probably lots of muscles attached there and like
Yeah.
trying to rotate. So I mean, I don't know the extent or like the
Hmm.
symptoms, but
Yeah.
yeah, oh, is that why he's probably not been doing that hot? I
Well,
forgot about that.
he's getting back into competitive golf because he I think he only played in the Century and then he was gone all the way to I can't
Oh,
remember. Maybe Sawgrass was his first one.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, no, that's good. I mean, he's got like I feel like there's a few guys that can go wire to wire
Uh,
at Augusta,
yeah.
and it's like Scotty, Bryson, maybe Rory. I think Rory could do it,
Hmm.
and like maybe Xander. I think if Wyndham Clark plays like he did at the U.S. Open was like 2 or 3 years ago,
Yeah.
he could go. He can go wire to wire. Um,
Well, ironically, he just got his first top 10 2 weeks ago.
I know. I wouldn't pick him though. Like,
Yeah.
no offense. I love Wyndham's game. Like,
Yeah.
he's got a great swing and he hits the ball well.
Hmm.
Like, I think he hits it like Ludwig well.
Wow. Okay.
I think that highly of Wyndham. But uh, just yeah, not ball's not dropping for him. So
That's
yeah,
fair. That's fair.
but
Yeah.
I don't know. I pulled up the odds. So right now,
Oh wow.
Scotty's the high like the most favorite, but it's plus 400. And
Yeah.
then Rory's plus 650 on FanDuel
Wow.
to win.
Who the
So
top 10? Do you have the top 10 on there? Who are they predicting?
yeah, it goes Scotty, Rory, Rom, Morikawa is 4,
Wow.
Ludwig is 5. So I guess not really a dark horse.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, Xander is 6. Xander's ahead of Bryson.
Wow.
So Xander's and then Bryson's 7. JT is 8.
Thomas. Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick him, but it would. I mean, I would love to see him win.
For sure. Because
Yeah.
he only has PGA championships, right? That's all he has. 2 of them.
I think so. I think he just has 2 of the PGA.
Yeah.
Because I remember he won the one when Mito kind of hit it in the water.
Yeah.
And then Hideki is 9 and Joaquin is 10. And then Brooks is right after that.
That's very. You know why I think they put him over Bryson because the only tape they have to watch of Bryson is LIV Golf, and Bryson never really performs that high at LIV. He just shows up
Yeah.
the major and just like, dang, he's balling. Because like even like this year, he has like 1 top 5 and maybe 2 top 10s, no wins, and he's the 15th ranked golfer on LIV right now.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. It was kind of I don't know what the numbers were last year specifically. But obviously me doing these golf prediction videos, I've studied golf more.
Yeah.
But they kept saying like, well, my friends were saying like, yeah, he doesn't really do much in LIV, but every time he comes to a major, like he just shows up. So,
Yeah.
that may be the reason why they put JT above him, but also have him in the top 10 because he for sure can make a case for winning.
Yeah. And I mean, I think the other thing that hurts Bryson too is like he hits it far off the tee, but he's not accurate like Rory. Like Rory throws darts off the tee
That's
and
true.
it's far.
That's true.
Whereas like Augusta, you have to be a little bit more meticulous because you have to like play the slope of the
Mhm.
fairways and stuff like that. So, I mean, it'd be cool to watch. I mean, Bryson, his PR team is the best, you know, like, so it'd be cool to watch Bryson win. 'Cause he was kind of like a joke when, remember that time while he ran into the rope and like everyone's like, ah, dude, Bryson sucks. And
Yeah.
no, and then now it's flipped around and he's like the man. Like
Yeah.
when's the US Open, is like everyone here is gonna touch this trophy, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I did speak about that earlier too, man. He was obviously in the beginning, he was not a likable guy. The beef between him and Brooks, but he's
Yeah.
definitely changed our perception of him. It's like one of the favorite ones. He's killing it in YouTube golf, man.
Yeah.
Probably one of the top dogs in YouTube golf. It's not talked about because he's not a YouTube golfer because he's a pro golfer, so he doesn't really count.
Yeah.
But he's definitely changed the perception, and yeah, bro, it would be awesome to see him because he doesn't have a Masters win either.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
He has PGA Championship and a U.S. Open, right? I think.
Yeah, he won. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he won the US Open before too. So I
Yeah,
think he has
He
two
has
of
most. He
those.
has two of them. He has two of them.
Yeah. Has he won the PGA?
Not sure. Not sure. Obviously, people were watching. Fact check
Mhm.
us.
Yeah.
He
I
did
don't
win,
care.
but yeah, I'm not sure. But I think that's why again JT's in front of him, and JT has been playing good golf this year. It's just like it hasn't been consistent in from a standpoint like because he'll have like one day he's like hot, like
Mhm.
oh here comes his course record, and then after that it's like all right I guess he just shot 71.
Yeah.
70.
It's kind of streaky. Yeah.
Yeah,
He of course tied the course record at Sawgrass,
yeah,
but
yeah. If he didn't have that bad hole 18, 'cause I think he bogeyed, he would definitely get
yeah,
61. Yeah,
he he would have broke the course record. I think the
yeah.
par would have broke it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, simple as that, man. But yeah, man. But once again, guys, Nate Wong, my boy, me and him will be watching the Masters together on Sunday, man. Appreciate you coming on. It's the first time I had a guest on. I hope this worked out whenever I edited and stuff, man. But guys in the comments, let us know what your predictions are. Let me know your thoughts on LIV versus PGA, which one will come off on top, along with the other things I talked about, man. And we'll see you guys on the follow-up video of the Masters. Peace.